All right. This is the Trader Circle, February 9th, 2025. The super small Super Bowl edition, because I always forget that there's big events. Whatever questions you guys have, put it in the chat, come off mute, and we'll go over it.
So just to start, like the first thing that comes to mind that I've been trying to work on is with my executions as
Mhm.
far as like when I see my setup and then actually, not hesitating and kind of I think I need to work on maybe like having a better how you say like a guidelines where it's like okay, I see XYZ, I'm gonna take it, um win or lose, pretty much, execution wise.
What do you think causes the hesitation?
Um I think lately it's been because I started learning futures, and
Mhm.
with futures, the movement and just price action in general is like you kind of got to be on point versus like you with options. You can say I can find a setup and it's just like I can swing trade or different things like that. With futures, it's a little more fast paced, and I feel like it's just you kind of got to be on point as far as with your thought process to get into the trade.
Definitely. With your futures trades, what platform are you using?
Tradeovate on TradingView, so it's
Nice.
linked to my TradingView.
Do you ever take your trades off of Tradeovate and just watch your screen on TradingView?
Take it off of TradeOvate. Yeah, so you mean like when it's signed up?
I'll show you an example. Hold on. Let me log in on TradingView. Give me one sec. Guess I gotta get my password. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I see it.
Cool. So let me go on let's go on the 5 minute, just for the sake of doing so. Let me turn that on. So basically the same chart, obviously, because we're trading the same thing. Let me go on the 5 minute here. So what I like to do is I like to chart off of TradingView and then execute my trade on Tradeovate, because with this way I have my ATM settings ready to go. And I'm not sure if you mess with ATM settings yet, but you can pre-select your take profit and stop loss without having to fumble through the order screen on TradingView. So on the right side, I have Tradeovate. If I just want to, let's say, buy limit, let's say for the sake of the conversation, under this green candle, I put the buy limit, my take profit and stop loss are there, and then it comes over to the other side on the left side. And then I can simply just adjust it on Tradeovate and then adjust it on TradingView immediately, as opposed to me going into the trade, modifying the order, kind of messing with the numbers. Or
Okay, yeah, yeah, that's what throws me off too a lot. We have to kind of go back to that screen and mess
Yep.
around with it.
And then like come here and click on it, modify, and then it's just too slow, in my opinion.
Right,
So
right.
let's say for the sake of the conversation, if I got in on this two down, two up reversal, I have just these generic ATM settings. So I can quickly go on the chart, move that to my stop loss and my take profit levels, and then I just go about my business. There's nothing else that I need to do anymore. The trade is going to do its own
Right,
thing.
right.
I always find it more efficient to place the trade on Tradeovate because it's a lot faster and there's less things that come up in your way. So you
Yeah.
can do that to help out.
Yeah, I think I just need to learn the Tradeovate platform then, because every time I open it just to check things on it, it's just a lot going on to where it's like um I probably just need to take my time and figure everything out, kind of clean it up to what, maybe because even like the ATM settings you said, I never heard of that till just now. So I'm gonna check it out and transition to doing my trades on that.
Definitely change your life. If you go to the futures chat in 100K's group and go to the pin section, look for my post. It's this one is old. Go to where is this? Where it says new to futures, start here and then jump to that message. And I have it in the right under margin requirements, how to set up Tradeovate, so how to use it, and then the ATM settings, how to pretty much going over all of that in detail. So you can check
Gotcha.
videos out. Let me actually tag you in it.
Yeah.
This one, right? I think that's it.
Yeah, that's me.
Cool. So yeah, there you go. I tagged you in it. So definitely study that up because my second mentor, the biggest thing he taught me besides like spreads for options is learn your platform. That's the biggest thing. He's like, learn your platform in and out because you want to know all the features that can make it way easier for you when it comes to trading.
Yeah. No, definitely, especially like when you're in the middle of a trade and it's like kind of don't know what's going on. You haven't really practiced your platform, you might stumble and mess something up.
And the
So
last
I'm gonna check it out for sure.
Definitely. And the last thing you want is getting into trading. You don't know how to get out. Or
Exactly.
as you can see, I have like YM, RT, RTY, MYM for the micros. I told my cousin before you trade, paper trade it. And by mistake, thankfully he was on paper. He put like a three YM contract instead of three micro YM. So he's like, why am I up like $200? And I'm like, what are you trading? He's like, oh crap. And then he fixed it. But he's lucky that he was on paper because if he was trading real money, that would have been a $200 L in like 2 seconds, which you definitely don't want. So definitely learning your platform, spending some time with that. Cool. Anything else you want to go over? Or Josh, any questions that you have? I'm not sure if you're new to trading, if you've been trading for a while, or what specifically.
Sorry, Desi, I was just grabbing a coffee there, mate.
You're good.
Yeah, I need to get some caffeine into me. Um, yeah, I'm pretty good with platforms and things like that. I've been trading for about 10 years, so I'm kind of just interested to see a bit more on the strategy.
What questions did you have on the strategy?
Actually, just kind of see how you use it yourself on the different time frames and things like that.
Mhm. So it really depends. I kind of just like to keep it simple and as easy as I can because with my own students, my own group, and the other groups that I support, I'm trying to spend the least amount of time as I can when it comes to trading.
Yeah.
So the time frames that I use are really just tied to let me actually bring this up so we can see it together. Uh, should be this one. So the way I like to just keep trading simple is there's specific models of the strat that I use to just keep it simple, right? Like what I find new individuals or new individuals to the strat, they try to take the like strat trades on every single setup, or every single time frame, right? While yes, you definitely can do that, but I like to be more defined when I take trades. So for example, the TTO model, whether it's bullish or bearish, doesn't really matter. I take it for day trading on the 5 and the 15-minute time frame. So I'm not looking for any, like a regular 2-1-2 or three
Yeah.
one two, whatever strat setup. I'm combining the strat with models. So I'm taking the models and just simply using the strat to get into those models, right? Like for example, we let me bring this up. Why is this? There we go. You guys can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
You see the bullish TTO graph and then the chart on the left?
Hmm?
Cool.
Yeah.
So looking at the chart to the left, while this is pretty much a TTO right here that we have that form right there, and technically another one here, I just wouldn't really take any of these because they're not really the ones that I prefer. But nonetheless, they're bullish TTOs. The trend is clearly bullish, making higher highs and higher lows. And I'm just simply using the strat to get into these setups, right? So if I were to take the first bullish TTO right here, I would get in as soon as the first bullish reversal happens to the upside. So as soon as this candle breaks its high, I get in. My stop loss is going to be under like the triangle per se, right? So if you want to kind of look at it that way, it kind of forms a triangle base and then it heads higher. So I put my stop loss down there. And then, of course, you can take profit at the previous candle highs. However, if it's going to be a valid TTO, it is going to break that high and continue heading higher. As we can see in this example, we would have gotten in here, next candle, broke that high right there. So the TTO would have been completed. You could have left some runners, see if you get to squeeze more juice out of the trade. But other than that, that's one way that you can, or that I use the strat to get into specific trades. Now, one thing to note about the strat is that your risk reward is always going to be different for the specific trades, right? Like this specific one here is 1.83. However, let's say, let me see if I can find a bearish one that happened this past week, or even a bullish one. This is not the cleanest version, but I'll use it as an example. This is kind of just like a 1 bar TTO reversal to the downside. So we have the big move down, comes back up a little bit, reverses back down. So we have the bearish TTO or H pattern or dead cat bounce, as you may recognize it as well. This specific one here, this risk reward is 0.7. This is one that I would not take because I need at least minimum 1-to-1 risk reward. So this one I would just completely avoid. I would not take it. Not one that I would like, even though it is a valid TTO, not one that I would take. So essentially, we're just looking for the different models and just attaching the strat to it to get into those trades. And then, of course, you can add the other strat components to give yourself a higher probability, right? So for, let's say, a bullish TTO, my parameters, I need the daily, the 4 hour, and the 1 hour to be in the same direction. If not, I'm not taking the trade. So if I were to take this one based on today's open, clearly the daily is green because we opened up down here and we're above the opening price. 4 hour is clearly bullish as well because we broke this high right over there. Oops, let me get rid of this. We broke this high over here, so the 4 hour is definitely bullish, and the 1 hour is definitely bullish as well, as we can see here. So taking this trade, high probability because all the higher time frames for day trading for me are in the same direction. So this to me would have been a no-brainer were I to trade Sundays, which I don't. Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
Cool. And then, of course, there'll be like the double bottom, like the W. So just looking on the right side, we're waiting for that higher low to form, and then we're going to take the first bullish reversal to the upside, just using a regular strat entry, just to keep things simple. Cool. What other questions did you have regarding the strategy? And what asset class do you trade? Like Forex, futures, options, stock, crypto?
I generally trade Forex. I've been trading Forex for about 5 or 6 years in stocks, but kind of over the last 3 months, sort of thing, trying to like dip my toes into options a little bit more. So just yeah, learning platforms and things like that.
Definitely.
Just paper trading on options at the moment.
If you haven't, I have a video on my YouTube kind of explaining the Greeks and the options chain. I think it'll be beneficial to you.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah, I've watched quite a lot of I think I'm pretty comfortable with it. I'm actually pretty close to funding the account and
Nice.
taking that step forward with it. But yeah, my main focus is FX, to be honest. I was
Excellent.
just looking to see if you can. I'm not very interested in trading like anything lower than kind of like the 15 minute. I've always traded 1 hour, 15 minute, kind of 4 hour.
Which is
Um,
perfectly fine
yeah,
as well, because
yeah,
you'll find TTLs in the 15 minute as well. Technically, this one is one right here, like this reversal to the downside, then reversal back up on the 15 minute. Granted, it's not one that I personally prefer to take. It's still a valid one. And you can find the other setups as well on the 15 minute and even the hour. In your case, you'll just need to understand that the um the time frames or the specific setups might not come as often on the higher
yeah,
ones, like the 1 hour,
yeah,
4 hour. Because you'll see TTOs pan out on the 1 hour, 4 hour daily, weekly. But for those, like anything like that's daily or higher, I will just swing trade it. You can also swing trade on the 4 hour. When I used to trade Forex, because my cousin got me into it before I discovered futures, we would just swing trade most of the time. So I would usually be on like the daily or the weekly when I'm swing trading Forex and just looking for specific setups, like 2 1s on the week or like 3 1s on the week, like really inside bar breaks for the most part, or like actionable signals, hammers or shooters, things like that off of broader informations. Um, as I'm sure you know with Forex, the only thing that I didn't like about it is the spread, because sometimes, let's say, which I'm pretty sure has happened to you, let's say if I get into this trade and my stop loss is down here, and of course take profit is up there. If the spread hits my stop loss, I get out of the trade and then it'll reverse right back up without ever actually breaking that level, which was
yeah,
super annoying to me until I discovered like futures where you can also trade Forex or currency pairs on. I just personally don't really care for it just because I mainly trade the indices like the Dow or US 30 and US 2000 or the Russell. So even here, let's say for the sake of the conversation, if there was like a broader information like this would be a trade that I would take like a reversal off of it, especially if it's like an inside bar reversal. And then just aiming for the previous lows. And this is on the 15 minute. But
yeah.
like,
Right. So you're trading FX futures, okay?
yeah,
Because I guess the reason why I'm kind of looking around is that I'm getting absolutely mauled with swap fees. Like I think I paid,
other thing
over
too,
100 grand in swap fees last year.
those
So
swap fees will get you.
yeah, especially
Especially
when you trade the yen pairs, bro. It's fucked. It's fucked.
Mhm. And if you use the higher leverage too, because I did a test because I haven't traded Forex in a while, but I wanted to test some things out for some students of mine who do trade Forex. So just so I can get back into that headspace, I opened up 1 to 1 to 1, what was it, a 1 to 500 leverage and I did like a 0.05 lot overnight to swing, and it was like $6 per lot that I had. I'm like, Jesus, like this is like a baby position size. And
Yeah.
depending on what you're trading, you better hope that it moves enough to even cover the swap fees, which is insane. Um, from my knowledge, futures, if you're swing trading it, you don't need like they don't charge you swap fees from what I've seen. It's just trade that you're holding overnight. So you can consider looking into that. And there's no
Yeah, I don't, so I'm not a US citizen, so I don't know if I can get, I'm actually an Australian, so I don't think I've got actually access to that. I need to have a look.
let's see. I actually have a student that's in Australia. Let's see. Do they have Tradeovate? I think Ninja Trader. You can use Ninja Trader. Ninja Trader in Australia. You can open an account at Ninja Trader if you have Australian citizenship or tax residency. Nice.
Yeah, I'm a non-tax resident. I don't live in Australia because of the tax. So,
Oh,
yeah,
so you're not an
it's a
Australian.
little bit more complicated than just, yeah, than that. I would have found that. So I'll find it, mate.
Where are you? Well, if you're comfortable with sharing, where are you a citizen from?
I'm an Australian citizen, but I don't live in Australia I'm a non-tax resident, so I live in Thailand.
Gotcha. Smart
Yeah.
man.
Mm. Yeah, it's not my first time fucking trying not to pay tax, mate. So
I just finished
yeah.
my taxes for this year on the American side, and I wanted to cry. I'm like, you bastards.
Yeah, bro, it's yeah, it's not fun. It's not fun.
Definitely is not. Now I know why people move countries and open up all these things to avoid what's the proper term so the IRS doesn't find me. Um,
Dodge tax,
I would say
avoid tax,
of
minimize.
let's use that word to minimize their tax implications. There we go. I was going to
Yeah,
use it. I probably shouldn't use. But yeah, definitely to minimize the tax burden because
yeah,
that thing hurt yesterday. When I saw that number, I was like, ugh. I'm so grateful, that we can make this money and we just pay that amount to be able to do so. But still, it's like, like I did all this. You guys didn't do anything.
yeah, yeah. That is exactly right.
But yeah, try Ninja Trader. You can go the prop firm route. Do they let you do that?
Fuck that. I can't stand prop firms, mate. Through that.
There's that
I've
too.
had hundreds of thousands of dollars not get paid out from prop firms.
Damn.
Yeah, it's not
How
my
about
thing.
interactive brokers?
Yeah, I got an account with them, so I can have a look.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely see because if they don't charge you those overnight fees for, trading futures, there's no more swap fees and there's no spreads, right? Like looking at the bid and ask, let me actually bring up the DOM. Uh, so yeah, there's no spread. This is the bid, this is the ask right next to each other. There's no spread at all,
Yeah, right.
which is what I love about futures. So definitely something to consider. That's why I left Forex because when I first started, my first mentors group, they're like, oh, futures is scary and this and this and that. So I never touched it. And then one of my strat mentors that he learned first from like floor traders trading futures, he's like, you should trade futures. I'm like, oh well, but he's like, no, like this is what futures is. And I'm like, dude, this is what it is. Like I should have done this a long time ago. He's like, yeah, like, duh. So once I discovered futures, I never touched Forex for like a year and a half later until now. I'm revisiting it to help some students out. But other than that, I don't really care for it personally.
Do you still trade options a lot, or is it just mostly futures?
Most of my money comes from futures now. I do trade options. Uh, almost every single day if the setup is there. I'm usually taking that 15-minute orb from New York Open on the 15-minute specifically. If not, I just leave it alone. One of my setups is actually printing right now or setting up on Euro futures. Let's see. But yeah, what other questions you guys have?
I think that was it for me.
Sweet. Anything else about the strategy you want to jump into, Josh?
Uh, Probably not, to be quite honest, mate. I need to probably spend some more time going over it.
Definitely. The
Are
biggest
you
thing
using?
that,
Go
go ahead.
on.
No, no, go
No,
ahead.
no, go on. You're all right, mate. On you go.
No, no, no. You're good. Go for it. If I am I using
Are you
what?
use, are you using any of these other indicators that are in the Discord here? Are you simply just following your playbook with this strat assistant or whatever you call this?
Yeah, pretty much. I don't even need the strat assistant. I just keep it there. So when I'm like teaching people, it's like, there's a 2-1-2 or
Okay.
3 or whatever. Because I can still see what the candle is without it, right?
Yeah.
Outside bar, it's a 3 bar. There's a two down or a failed two down anyway, right over here. That's a two candle. This didn't break this high, so that's an inside bar, so on and so forth. I just keep it there so people can see it. But that's pretty much how I trade. Well, granted, with broader informations. So all I use is basically just this when I'm trading. So the specific playbook models and then just the strat setups. And that's pretty much it. The way you see my screen, that's how I trade. Because I used to use like, flow and volume and all this stuff, but it's like it just made it more complicated for me mentally.
Yeah.
So this
Yeah.
is the simplest and like the way that I can make trading for myself, and it works perfectly fine for me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm not a big indicator guy myself at all.
Yeah, definitely not a fan. Once I discovered the strat, I'm like, this is what I've been waiting for the last 2 years. Like I immediately removed all the indicators from my chart and even volume. Like 2 years ago or like a year and a half ago, I'm like, I haven't really looked at volume in a long time. I don't even need it anymore. So I just got rid of it too. And I just keep my charts naked.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a big user of volume profile. That's really about it.
I used to use that one too. It definitely helps.
Yeah.
Granted, the way I trade now, I don't need it anymore, but whatever helps, hey, definitely keep on doing it.
Yeah, that's interesting. I just overlaid that Euro futures with the Euro USD pair and it moves identical. So that's quite interesting.
Yeah, it's literally the exact same chart. Like,
Yeah.
so if let's go to futures, let's go to currencies. Whoops,
Oh.
let's see EYM. So we have Euro futures, British pound, Japanese yen, Australian dollars, Canadian dollars, Swiss, New Zealand, basically all of them, just the version of futures. So you can trade it all.
Yeah, I was trying to see which pair it moves the same, like probably um you know what I mean? Kind of moves in tandem with the US dollar.
Mhm.
That's cool. Interesting. Might try that.
Definitely convenient. So the biggest thing I'll just say for you is really just uh, use the strat with the models. That's been the best way that I've used it because I used to trade just like any 2-1-2 or any 2-2. But I'm like, there needs to be a way to like improve the profitability of this. It only like on the higher time frames, I'll take like any 2-2 or any 2-1-2 setup within reason, of course. But generally, when I'm day trading, it's like strictly just models. That's what works best for me. And then you can go to the extent of, let me bring this back up. You can go to the extent of even being more picky with your trades, right? Like for the, let me make this bigger. So like the W trade model, I prefer the W more or less to look like these screenshots that I have here. You'll also get other models that look like this, right? Where like this one is like not really clean, but it has the move down, the center, then you could take the reversal back up there. Just not one that I would prefer personally. And then there's like what I call the dirty W, which is basically just a lower low as opposed to a higher low. Those I only take if it's like a 3 bar or like a hammer bar to the upside. If it's a regular 2-2 reversal or like a regular 2-1-2 reversal, I'm probably not gonna take it just because the probability isn't as high as I would want it. I need like to know buyers are like 100% present to take price back up. So definitely take a bunch of screenshots and get super clear. Like these are the TTOs that I prefer with like little to no wicks on the top and like a gradual move up, gradual move down, then we take the reversal back up. Whereas these are also valid TTOs, just not ones that I personally would prefer to take because they're not as clean as these that we have up here that I generally prefer to take. And then, you just be a lot more picky as you progress with it. Cool. Any last things before we go enjoy our Sunday or Josh, your Monday in your case?
That was good, mate. I appreciate it. I think I've got a little bit more to learn in terms of how to actually apply this strategy. But yeah, no, that's good. Appreciate that.
We definitely message us in the chat in the group. We're always here to help. That way we can help clear things up.
Are you Advent or what? I'm only kind of relatively new to this server.
Yeah, my username is Advent.
Okay, you're Advent, right? Okay, cool.
Yep. So whatever questions you have, just let me know and we'll chop it up.
Yeah, sounds good, mate. Appreciate it. I will add you now.
Sweet. Well, gentlemen, thanks for coming out. I will post this recording. It'll come out like 12 Eastern time. I'm not sure what time is it for you, Josh, right now?
Quarter to 9.
So it's 8:41 p.m. or a.m. for you.
Yeah.
So you're 12 hours ahead. So that'll be like midnight your time when this gets released tomorrow.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, enjoy your morning.
All
Top
right, thank you.
chat, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Of
All right, thanks, man.
course.